Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild, dangerous world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one and only ProBoh Show. If you're listening to the show live, it is currently 8:30 Central European time. How are you doing? Eastern European time. What am I talking about? So welcome to the show. We've got Rafelka here and Pedro. Pedro says, despite the wonders of the tea recipe, the flu turned into bronchitis, so I'm struggling a bit today. Pedro, if you don't know what we're talking about, folks, the flu recipe. Tea, ginger tea. Natch, have you got a pen? You got a pen. He's writing it down. Dr. Rob is speaking. Ginger tea. 2 spoonsful of, but a good sized teacup. Okay. 2 spoonsful of honey, natural honey. What else? I'm leaving the best part to the end. Ginger tea, 2 spoonful of honey. You squeeze half a lemon into it. Fill it up halfway with water. Then add more whiskey. Pedro, if it's not working for you, add more whiskey. and repeat. You know? And then eventually one day you'll wake up with a hangover worse than the cold. And it's worked. Have you ever taken any version of this special tea that I'm talking about now?
No, I've only taken a honey with lemon.
Okay.
And that works.
It does work.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine with the healing properties of whiskey.
Yeah.
Rafelka's here. Good morning. Get better, he says to Pedro from Instagram. Good morning to you, Rafelka, Pedro. Guys, if you want to interact with today's show, it is so easy. You go to twitch.tv//professional bohemian. Oh, you know. Just guys, do I have to repeat this thing every single day? Go to my Twitter, @PROBOH. There's a link there. And you can join the chat. What else do we? How was your day off yesterday, Natch?
Very well. I went to visit my best friend. It had been a long time.
The whole clan, or was it a Natch day?
No, the whole clan.
The whole clan. Okay.
Yeah. He also have a kid, and yeah.
Okay, there you go. So you can commiserate with each other. What did I do yesterday? Wow. I tried to fix my drawing tablet so I could do create some art in the evening, and it's still broken. Oh my God. But that was it, really. That was it. And then I played some video games to make myself feel better. Good morning from me and Mama Bo, says Luby. How you doing, Luby? Welcome. Joining us from England. How you doing? And that's right, we have an international audience, friends, as always. And so, yeah, it's still broken. So yesterday, I spent the day trying to fix that. Unsuccessfully. I ended up ordering a new cable from Amazon. You guys don't want to know this. You don't want to know this. This is boring stuff. What you want to know is what's coming up in the show today. Let me tell you, we've got 2, delectable, perfect, complete the news bits. We're going to go to Florida, obviously. Florida, home of the weird news. And we're going to go to Texas. We're staying in America today. And then we'll go to 100 humans and we will ask them to tell us something grandparents leave their grandchildren after they die. Sorry, it's getting a bit dark. What would a grandmother say pass on to their grandchildren? What would they leave their grandchildren? But that's all in the second half. Here in the first half, we've got a good unpopular opinion today. One of the classics, friends. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You should know this by now. If you go to my Instagram, which is @professionalbohemian, Bohemio Profesional, Professional Bohemian, you will have seen the story and you will have voted, as many of you did. Thank you. Passionate pet owners out there. But there was a very clear winner in the debate. We'll get to that shortly. But that's coming up in the second half. Right now, good morning, Bridge. Rafelka says, I would have milk and honey, or just honey directly, as I do. You've got to, Rafaelka, you're missing out the most important ingredient, which is the whiskey. I'm going to tell my Irish friend, Fitz, and he's going to be very disappointed. Okay, so I'm here, you're here, Natch is here, we're all here. Let's see what's going on in the world. Do you know what the word Goblin Mode means? Goblin Mode.
No.
Ooh, lordy. Goblin Mode. Okay, Goblin Mode. Goblin is a duende, I think, right? A duende? A goblin, it's like a little fictional creature. Goblin. A goblin. So what would you think Goblin Mode means?
I don't know. You feel bad.
Well,
no? You don't want to see anybody. I don't know.
Well, this year's Oxford. Remember, a couple of days ago, I shared with everybody that gaslighting is the Webster's word of the year. Well, Oxford English Dictionary has its own word of the year. And its word of the year is Goblin Mode. And I had never... So, Modo Duende, I suppose you'd say. Modo Duende. And I'd never heard of it either. So don't feel left out. I had no idea what Goblin Mode is. Apparently, the definition of Goblin Mode is... it's kind of a newly coined term, a newly invented term for rejecting societal expectations. It's for rejecting societal expectations and living in an unkempt, so a messy, hedonistic manner with no regard for your self-image. Basically how I live 99% of the time. Goblin Mode. So this is news from CNN. As you read this, look around. Are you still in bed? Are there piles of clothes and takeout boxes strewn across the floor? Do you have crumbs on your sheets? If so, you are living in Goblin Mode. Oh, good. I was wondering there, says the bridge. Is Goblin Mode a thing once you're a happily married man?
No. You can't live in that mode.
Here's the thing. I've never heard of Goblin Mode before. I am a netizen, right? I live on the internet, and I have never heard this word in use. And then, so today I did a quick search, Goblin Mode, right? Because I wanted to know the meaning and if it's used. And I'll be damned if this didn't slip under the radar. It's there in titles. Goblin Mode is good for you and things like that. In clickbait articles. I had no idea. And it's Oxford Dictionary's word of the year 2022. Surely Goblin Mode should have been the word of the year during the pandemic, right? 2020. We all lived in Goblin Mode. You know, surrounded by boxes from Just Eat. I don't know, but there you go. There you have it, friends. Goblin Mode, word of the year 2022. All right. What else is happening in the world? Dude, sad news. What's the worst thing, Natch? What's the worst thing to come out of Canada?
I know what you're going to... Celine Dion, no? Or Nickelback.
I'm not going to say Celine. I'm not going to say Celine Dion, Natch. Why would I? What a fantastic artiste. Nickelback, pineapple on pizza, you know?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Justin Bieber. A lot of bad things come from Canada. And then on the other side, there's Celine Dion. Someone who you may have heard me in the past decrying as a boring, bad artist. I don't think so. I think you misheard. Famous for the song "My Heart Will Go On." Is that not from Titanic, the movie Titanic?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Don't you wish the song sank with a ship?
Yes.
Well, sad news about Celine Dion, man. Have you heard? Yeah, I assume you've heard, and that's why you said Celine Dion, right?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it's because you always tell that about Canada.
Dude, everyone loves Canada. Oh, they're so polite. You know, no one looks at the pineapple on pizza, Celine Dion, Nickelback, hello, Justin Bieber. I mean, come on. I'm not inventing this stuff. Crimes against humanity. So Celine Dion has been diagnosed with a 1 in a million terrible illness. It's called stiff person syndrome. Natchy's looking at me like there's going to be a punchline. SPS, stiff person syndrome. It's actually a real thing. It's an autoimmune and neurological disorder that causes rigidity and spasms in the trunk and limbs. So in your core of your body, in your arms and legs. So rigidity and then spasms. Poor thing. Symptoms include stiffening in the torso and limbs, along with episodes of severe muscle spasms. Medications and immunotherapy may be prescribed. But yeah, it seems uncurable as now. It's a neurological disorder. Poor thing. Poor thing. So she's cancelled. She's cancelled some dates of her tour. You know, every cloud. No, I'm joking. That was a joke. Please, I want that comment stricken from the record. Poor Celine Dion. So yeah, hopes and prayers to Celine Dion. It's sad news because like her or not, she is an icon, right? Celine Dion. So she announced on Thursday that she had postponed dates for a European tour. While we're still learning about this rare condition, we now know that this is what has been causing all of the spasms that I've been having. Unfortunately, these spasms can affect every aspect of your life, sometimes causing difficulties when I walk and not allowing me to use my vocal cords to sing in the way I'm used to. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor Celine. Porcelain. It's sad. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan, but you know, it's not it's not good news by any stretch of the imagination. And then, last thing I wanted to talk about today, the Game Awards. Natch, you a big follower of the Game Awards?
The game of what?
The Game Awards, los premios de los juegos.
No idea.
Yeah. Well, apparently, it's the Oscars of gaming, and it happened. It happened a couple of days ago. Al Pacino was there, Natch. You don't follow the career of Al Pacino?
I like Al Pacino, yeah.
Yeah, he was there. I don't know. Elden Ring, the game Elden Ring, won the game of the year. The most interesting thing that happened from what I can see of the Game Awards, for normies like you and I, for people who are not like 100% into video games, is that a guy jumped on the stage and shouted Bill Clinton and then was promptly arrested. Is that not the weirdest troll you've ever heard? Bill Clinton! That's it. I've done now. You can take me away. What the hell was this guy trying to achieve? Shouting Bill Clinton. Don't know. The cigar thing was real. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's up? Sasha Hayes joining us all the way from Australia. How are you doing? Okay. And before we go into anything else, I thought we might do another little World Cup update, Natch. How's it going? Did England win against France? You told me last time we were together that England played France.
No, they haven't played yet. No.
Okay, so there's no real update.
No, entonces da igual.
Well, I do have some information on the World Cup if you want to hear it. Do you want to hear it? The World Cup, it's a tournament, okay? Each round conducted by two teams of 22 millionaires, okay? My prediction, I have a World Cup prediction if you're interested. Okay, my prediction is that the teams will dwindle as the tournament continues, eventually leaving only one. There you go. Would you like to know which country?
Well, yeah.
I don't care. Again, the overall quality of your life will remain unaffected and all is well. There you go. That's my World Cup update. We can tell Tommy not to do a show now, right? We've pretty much got it covered. Yeah. Factually accurate, I think you'll agree. I was very itchy and sunburned, and it's evilness, says Sasha. Yeah, because it's summer in Australia. Take care, put some sunblock on. Rob, that guy achieved just that, getting you to talk about him. True story, but why Bill Clinton? I want to know why Bill Clinton. I will follow this story and I will follow up with you guys, because it's the weirdest troll I've ever heard in my life. Bill Clinton! I don't know. Rafelka, weird. Maybe it's a bet. That could be, maybe that guy is now won a bet. And when he gets out of jail, he's going to be a millionaire in the Caribbean. All thanks to Bill Clinton. Or even more idiot than us, says Rafelka. Yeah, could be. All right. With all that said, friends, you know what we should do? we should go to an unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
I don't know why I'm not attracting more football fans with my World Cup updates, Natch. Worries me. I put so much time and research into them. 22. Found out an exact number. 22 exact millionaires on the field at any one time. Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact, guys. All right, what's an unpopular opinion? It is a brain fart. I have a pedocerebral every day. I post it on my social media. Usually, I'm only posting it nowadays on my Instagram, @bohemio profesional, professional bohemian. I post it on my Instagram. You guys vote, and I usually don't care what you say, but there you go. You feel involved. And I continue with my argument as it is. Today's unpopular opinion was cats v dogs. Cats versus dogs. Which are better? Which are better, Natch? Cats or dogs, man?
I don't know. I guess dogs, maybe.
Interesting.
But I have no idea. I have no cats, no dogs.
Have you never had a cat nor a dog?
Never. I've only had 2 turtles.
2 turtles? Those walks must have taken forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I guess the names? Leonardo, Michelangelo.
No. I wish. No. They were named. They were not mine. They were my daughters. My daughters, my sisters.
Okay.
And Roberta y Alberta, I think.
Roberta y Alberta. Okay, There you go. Well, you missed an opportunity there. You could have had Leonardo and Raphael.
Yeah.
The 2 best turtles. Well, there you go. Whatever. All right, so dogs v cats. Which is better? Sasha is saying dogs. Pedro's saying dogs. Yeah, okay. Well, I will let you know something. On Instagram, where I released this poll, I think it was in the region of 86% of people said, 80% of people said dogs. Dogs are better than cats. There you go. But what doesn't interest me so much is your opinion on this, but rather why. Why do people, because Natch, you've never owned a pet, yet for you, dogs are better than cats. And that interests me. Why do dogs take this esteemed place in our society, whereas they are the king of the animals?
Yeah, apparently they are more cariñosos, like more, I don't know, friendly.
Interesting, because humans have okay. So the one thing that differs dogs from literally kind of any other animal is that dogs need us. Dogs need us. You can't leave a dog in a house for 24 hours. It'll freak out. You know what I mean? Dogs need us. They need our company. They need us. And I think that fulfills a deep-seated human need to be needed. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's why dogs, we hold dogs in such a high regard. For example, we domesticated cats about 10,000 years ago. Apparently it happened in the Middle East, in the region of the Fertile Crescent. We domesticated dogs around 30,000 years ago. That's 10,000 years before we even domesticated horses. So what service did dogs provide us? Well, ironically, pretty similar to what they provide us with today. The service of watchdog, keeping an eye, guarding, barking if there's any problems. So like sounding an alarm if there was a threat. But I would argue that the most common use, if you want to put it that way, or the service that a dog provides us really, is having us feel needed. A cat doesn't need you. A cat doesn't need you. I mean, if you open a window, a cat will leave and live a very perfectly happy life without you. In fact, in Madrid, I've heard that Madrid is famous, for its wild cat problem. I don't know how many. In fact, what is it you call native Madrileños? Gatos, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's a great question. How many wild cats are there in Madrid? Let's see, wild or undomesticated cats. Let's see what the internet says. There are 1,017 registered feral cat colonies. Not cats, colonies in Madrid. and more than 750 people who feed them. That is crazy. That is crazy. So it interests me that even here in Madrid, because a lot of the people who voted on this were Madrileños, that dogs even win out the debate there when Madrid is a city synonymous for cats. Rafelka says, they're easy. Oh, let's see. Pedro says, cats are easy, but the connection between dogs and humans is unique. Easy to take care of, I mean. They are. Basically, they're land goldfish. But you were a cat's pet. Let's not get that wrong. You were a cat's pet. The cat is not your pet. You know what I mean? And a cat, for no reason whatsoever, just because he feels like it, will just scratch your eyes just because. Dogs won't do that. Dogs won't do that. Dogs unconditionally love their masters, their family, their pack. Rafelka says, dogs belong to their owner. Cats always do what they want. Yeah, dogs want to be with their owners, says Rafelka. It's true. Like a cat will spend most of the day outside the house, come home to eat, and that's it. If it doesn't see you, it doesn't care. I don't know if this is how much truth there is to this, but apparently the biggest trauma for a cat when you move house, like if a cat would be happier you leaving it in the house when you move than you taking it with you, because a cat gets used to its surroundings, not the people. We are like furniture to them. Scratchable furniture. Okay, let's continue. Miss Sasha Hayes says, I have 1 cat and 2 dogs. I prefer dogs any day because cats don't even clean up their own poopy mess. Well, dogs don't clean up their own poopy mess. God, if they invent a breed of dog that picks up its own poo, dude, that would be a game changer. That's the worst thing. It makes me feel. What makes me the most angry is that the people who don't pick up after their dogs. You know what I mean? Because that is a slight. I have 2 dogs, and it makes us all look bad. When you leave dog poo on the street. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway. So, yeah. Contrary to popular belief, dogs didn't actually evolve from wolves. Rather, they evolved parallel with wolves. They both have a species, an ancient species, now extinct, called Canis, that they both evolved from. So 30,000 years ago, imagine this, that we started to domesticate dogs. They helped us in hunting. They helped us in terms of security of our settlements. In return, we gave them, they were like scavengers, most likely. Okay, they hung around the human encampments to pick the bones clean, a lot like hyenas and things like that. And then slowly but surely we developed this relationship, and the relationship between us and dogs has evolved through time. All right? Whereas the relationship between cats and humans probably has stayed the same for the last 10,000 years. Feed me, human, I'm going to go out and have fun. And if I don't like you, I'm going to scratch you. There. I have, let's see, Pedro says, dogs, like wolves, live in packs, and they end up including you in their pack, hopefully as their leader. Cats are independent, maybe that explains the difference. Sasha, one of my dogs I can't read that on the air, Sasha. Why does it eat poop? You're not feeding it properly. Look, even Australian dogs are a bit weird and gross. Pedro says, yes, some dogs eat poo. They are like scavengers. So here's the thing. So that's probably the earliest development in, we're not really even agriculturalists yet. We're still kind of hunting. We probably used dogs to identify once they were semi-domesticated to identify hunting opportunities. They would hunt with us. There would be security systems. They probably existed in the same way as they do now, to share cariño, to share mimos. We don't have a word for mimo in English. Doesn't that tell you all you need to know about English? So dogs win over cats tremendously. I'm not going to even bother putting a poll in the chat because I already know everyone's opinion. But what's interesting to me is the why. It's the why. Why do you think dogs are more loved than cats? Interesting question, right? I mean, I know I do, and I know I do, and understanding my own frailty as a human being, it appeals to my need to be needed, and I think that's the hole that dogs fill. Anyway, on that note, guys, I have to go to a quick commercial break. Friends, there's so many things you could be doing right now. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and it means the absolute world. See you in a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the ProBoh Show live. It's 9 a.m. Central European time. I don't know what time it is for you guys out there internationally listening to us. And for you glorious podcast people who hover above us like angels, God knows. God knows when you listen. I'm just grateful that you do, folks. Again, a reminder, you can actually download the podcast on all your favorite podcast directory. Or directories, rather. And guys, I would encourage you to do so because there'll be some podcast original shows coming up over Christmas, something a little bit different. Just a warning for that. So yeah, go and subscribe on whatever your favorite podcast directory is. And if you want to keep up with the show outside of its broadcast, you can do that on my Instagram @Professional Bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, but in English. Or you can do that on my Twitter. That's @ProBoh. My God. All the plugs done, Natch. Let's get into the content. So, if you're just tuning in, what did you miss in the first half of the show? We spoke about Modo Duende, Goblin Mode, which is basically how I've lived my life since I was a teenager. which really goes a long way in explaining why I've been unable to maintain a successful relationship. Goblin Mode. What does it mean? It's the rejection of societal expectations and living in a messy, hedonistic manner without regard to your self-image. As I sit here in my Star Wars t-shirt. Goblin Mode. It's a way of life. Then we, and that was, and by the way, that was Oxford English Dictionary's Word of the Year, even though I'd never heard of it before. Merriam's Word of the Year this year was gaslighting. Something we've all heard of. It's been in print a lot. You know, I mean, you'd have to live under a rock not to know what gaslighting is. But Goblin Mode? First time I'd ever heard of it. Then we spoke about Celine Dion and her tragic diagnosis of stiff person syndrome. Stiff person syndrome. I actually looked for the Latin name, Natch, and it doesn't exist. Because stiff person syndrome sounds like she's turning into a British person. Hello, I'm Celine Dion. Yeah, stiff person syndrome. It's an autoimmune disease that causes rigidity and spasms in your limbs and your core. Sad news. Then we briefly looked at the guy who jumped on the stage at the Game of the Year awards and weirdly shouted, "Bill Clinton!" Keep our eye on that piece of news and figure out why. And then we went into today's unpopular opinions. Cats v dogs. Dogs won. There you go. There is no great mystery there. Dogs won. Let's see what you guys were saying in the chat. Yeah, an astounding number of feral cat colonies. Over 1,000 in Madrid. Dogs like what? Oh no, we read that one. Let's see. Yes, some dogs eat crap. They eat poo. My dogs have never eaten poo. I don't know what is happening in the chat right now. This is what I like to call the Sasha effect. If there's a chance to bring up farting or pooping, Sasha will do it. My dogs eat goat poo. And they smell like French cheese. Oh, God, Rafelka, you two. No, not Raf. Yeah. No, who was it? It was Pedro. You two. Et tu, Brute. You two, Pedro from Instagram. My dogs have never eaten poo. Never. Or if they have, they've done it like with the appropriate level of shame. If something happens, usually dogs stand up for you. I don't know. How would you say stand up for you in Spanish? They defend you. Te defienden. Te defienden. Cats will just go away to save its own ass, says Rafelka. Yeah, true story. See, that's the thing. A cat is more loyal to your house than it is to you. A cat will be more happy if you move house. A cat will be more happy that you leave it in the house rather than take it with you. A dog would be lost without you. You know, if you own a dog, that dog loves you. It's the only unconditional love you'll know in this life. Like, truly unconditional. Like, you can do anything to a dog and it will still love you. They are the great... Dogs have lived with humans peacefully for 30,000 years, Natch. We can't even say that about humans. Humans haven't lived peacefully with humans for 30,000 years. You know? Anyway, let's continue. Yikes, Pedro. French cheese goat poop. Disgusting. That coming from Sasha is mighty indeed. How you doing, Gandalf? Welcome to the show. Again, you're in their pack. Dogs fulfill the need to be needed, as Rob says. Also, they need to belong as you belong to their pack. Exactly. Like, for those of us who say, oh no, it's just, you know, they're just so much better. They're the best animals. They're better than humans. They're not looking at why. I'm a relatively independent person. Okay, I live far away from my family. For many, many years, I've been on my own and I've lived an independent lifestyle. But what's the one thing I've always had throughout all of my adult life is a dog. You know, and I am a human being. I need to feel needed. I need to feel like I have purpose. I mean, look, if you want to know why some of these big tech platforms, you want to know why the metaverse is failing, Natch? You know, Facebook's metaverse, you know why it's failing? Because there's no purpose to it. There is no purpose. When you go onto the metaverse, you are purposeless. You just go and explore things and there's things there, but there is no purpose. Depression can almost be defined as a lack of purpose. For me, you know, You know, you get lost in this loop and you lose your purpose, your sense of being. Why? Why am I here? Purpose. Purpose is everything. You know, why is Fortnite, the video game, so much more popular than Facebook's metaverse? Because when you go there, there's purpose. Even if that purpose is to win an arbitrary game. Dogs give us purpose. They give us meaning. They give us, they make us feel needed, wanted, loved. You know, quite often it's hard to find those qualities in other human beings. But a dog gives you that. And that's why we love dogs. Not just because they're cute and they come on command and they can roll over. You know, we love dogs because we need to be needed. We need to have purpose. And dogs give us that. A reason to go home at night. You know, many times I've been out drinking in Madrid. The only reason I've gone home is because the dogs are waiting for me. I don't know. That's it. But I guess we'll use that as my final thought, Natch. That's it. You know, we are selfish beings, we humans. We are selfish beings. Dogs, you know, are not. If anything, they're quite the opposite. Dogs give us purpose. They make us feel better. I don't want to get into that argument of altruism does not exist. But I don't adopt dogs just to save dogs. I do it because I know deeply psychologically dogs are good for me. Anyway, there you go, guys. On that note, let's go to 100 humans. Oh my God, it was a long walk to work today, friends, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans. And I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name something a grandmother will pass to their grandchildren. Name something a grandmother will pass to their grandchildren. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers here. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Ooh. Okay, let's continue reading the chat while people are thinking. Okay. Dogs fulfill the need to be needed. Exactly. Wow, a new addition to the chat at this point will freak out. Bridge, Gandalf is not a new addition to the chat. Gandalf has always been here. I'm going to listen in to the rest of the stream. Time for dinner. No worries, Sasha. Enjoy that dinner. It's 7 p.m. Or I suppose 7:09 p.m. in Australia right now. Rafelka, enjoy your dinner. Oh, man, everyone's been so kind. Humans suck, dogs don't, says Gandalf. True stories. Okay, here we go. I asked 100 humans to name something that their grandparents pass to their grandchildren. Do you have any insight on this, Natch?
Stories?
Stories. Stories. Cuentos, right?
Well, like...
Cuentas, not cuentos.
Yeah, like more memories.
Memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Stories. Is stories there? Yes, it is, Natch. Well done. Stories is there. It is in 5th place with 6 of 100 humans saying stories. Well done, well done. All right. Things that a grandparent will pass to their grandchildren. Pedro says recipes. Recipes. Recetas, right? Is it recetas? Yeah.
Vaya nivelazo.
And is that also the note you get from your doctor with medication, right? How do you say that? Your
receta in English is
prescription.
Prescription, yeah.
So receta and recipe is the same thing.
Exactly.
Oh wow! There you go. So you don't say I don't ever teach you anything. Arguably much more useful if you're trying to learn Spanish, but whatever. All right, let's continue. Recipes. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. 3 of 100 humans said recipes. Well done. All right. No, sorry, 10 of 100 humans. It's in 3rd place. Well done. Rafelka says rings or necklaces. We could say jewelry, right? Joyería. Jewelry. Is jewelry there, Natch? Yes, it is. Let me tell you something, Rafelka. With 51 of the 100 humans saying jewelry, it is the number 1 answer. Well done. Well done. Rafelka, on fire today. Pedro says money. Money. Cash. Moolah. Dough. Money. Something that a grandmother will pass to their grandchildren. Money. Is it there? Yes, it is! Well done! You know, Natch, if my grandmother ever gave me money, she'd give me money, and she'd put it in my hand. She says, there you go. That's for you. Don't tell your mum I gave you this. I said, Grandma, it's going to cost you more than that. If you want to buy my silence, it's going to cost you more than that. All right, anyway, let's continue. Rings or a necklace. Wisdom. 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 Tough one. Wisdom. Okay, go on. I'm going to give it to you. Wisdom. All right. I mean, because advice is wisdom, right? Advice. A grandmother passes advice on to her grandchildren, so I'll give you that. Advice. Okay, guys, you've only got 2 more to get. Gandalf says mental health issues. Well, technically, the grandmother passes it to their mother, to their daughter, and then their daughter passes it to you. That's how that works. But is it there? Mental health issues? No, it's not. It's not there. Experience, says Pedro. No, it's not there. It's not there. You guys are missing 2. One is a very physical thing. The other is not. Stories, advice. Yeah, we've had those ones. Rafelka. Again, money, says Pedro. Yeah, we've had that one. Necklace, we've had that one. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you a clue. Okay, remember who keeps... how do I say this? Remember a time before we posted all our photos on the internet? Do you remember a time? Who would have all those? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. What would a grandmother pass to their grandchild or grandchildren? A house, says Gandalf. Great answer, I wish. Is it there? No, it's not. Okay, we're getting some answers in now. Do you know, Natch? Can you guess what the fourth most popular answer is?
Photos, an album.
Photos, pictures. Gandalf says a photo album. It's there. It's the fourth most popular answer. Well done. All right, last one. Natch, I, like my grandmother, have a big nose. You know? I, like my grandmother, Natch, I'm long-sighted. So I need to wear glasses to work on a computer. I, like my grandmother, have olive skin. I, like my grandmother, have ears that stick out too far. What might my grandmother, other than ugliness, what? No, my grandmother was a beautiful lady. What might my grandmother have passed to me? Woo. Gandalf says physical traits, yes, but there's a word. There's a word for this thing that passes down generations. I mean, to see your future, says Rafelka. Oh, yeah. My grandmother wasn't psychic. As far as I'm aware, Rafelka, seeing your future is not there. Genes, says Pedro. I said genes. Thank you. Physical traits, says Gandalf. Guys, genes is there. Well done. With 4 of 100 humans saying genes, that is our 7th most popular answer. Genes, not vaqueros. Genes, like genetica, right? Okay, let's go through the list. In position number 7 was genes. Genes, would you say? Yeah, right. With 4 of 100 humans in 7th place. In position number 6, when I asked 100 humans to name something that a grandmother would pass to their grandchildren, 5 of them said advice. In position number 5 was stories. You know, stories. Cuentos, right? Stories. Memories from a life. Wisdom, I guess. I guess wisdom would be a mixture of stories and advice. Okay, in position number 4, 9 of 100 humans said pictures. They would pass on pictures. In position number 3, we had recipes. Recetas. Recipes. In position number 2 was money. And in position number 1, with 51 of the 100 humans saying jewelry. Well done, Rafelka. Well done, Rafelka, for identifying that. Yeah, my grandmother passed on so many recipes. Even things that I memorized. I can even cook some of these things. Like Polish potato pancakes. Platskis. Delicious. Okay. Let's see. I mean the look. Who are you going to look through the time? Okay. I get you. So you're going to end up looking like your grandmother. My grandmother looked like Estelle Getty from the Golden Girls. Sophia. Little Italian lady. Gandalf, I don't want my grandma's jeans. Vaqueros. Me neither. They wouldn't fit. All right, with that said, let's go to Complete the News.
Complete the news!
All right, here we go. We're in Complete the News, guys. I'm going to give you a news headline, and I am going to leave out some important information. Your job is to, with the options I give you, complete the news. If you're one of the many people watching the show live on twitch.tv/professional bohemian and you haven't interacted with the show, this is your moment, because all you have to write is A, B, or C. Okay, here we go with the first headline. All right. Let's see. Well, let me give you a little bit of detail. This is a story from a couple of days ago about a young man in Florida, Natch. Florida, home of all the weird news in the world. The infamous Florida man. Man arrested after stealing $1,300 worth of blank. Man arrested after stealing over $1,300 worth of blank? Is it A, toothbrushes, cepillo de dientes, right? Toothbrushes. Is it B, Christmas tree decorations? No sé, decoraciones del árbol de Navidad or something like that.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
Or C, Pokemon collection cards. Pokemon. In Spanish, Pokemon. Pokemon collection cards. Is it A, toothbrushes, B, Christmas tree decorations, or C, Pokemon collection cards? Man arrested after stealing $1,300 worth of blank, says the sheriff office. Interesting. We've got a bunch of answers here in the chat. What do you think, Natch?
Toothbrushes.
You think A, toothbrushes? Yeah? What led you down this thought path?
Because it's the weirdest.
Because it's the weirdest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone in chat, Natch, disagrees with you. So I salute you, sir, Mr. Nacho. You get a salute. Everybody else in the chat said C, Pokemon collection cards. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Let's get a drum roll. Man arrested after stealing over $1,300 worth of toothbrushes. Natch! You're on fire, sir. You're on fire. I don't know how you do it. You just do it. I've got to fool you once today. It's Friday. It's the tradition. Okay, so a 37-year-old man was arrested on Monday in Florida after authorities say he stole over $1,300 worth of toothbrushes from Walgreens. Deputies responded to the Walgreens store at around 10:40 a.m. after employees in-store witnesses said a man who they later identified walked out of the store with 6 electric toothbrushes without paying. 6 electric toothbrushes cost $1,000. That can't be right, can it? That would, I don't know that I can't do the math in my head, but that would mean a toothbrush cost around an electric toothbrush would cost around $200. No, 6 of them, $250 for an electric toothbrush? No way. But there you go. That's it. The man's name was Tracy J. Moorfield, who takes dental hygiene very, very seriously and now is in prison because of it. Man arrested after stealing over $1,300 worth of toothbrushes. There you go. Next piece of news. Strap yourself in, folks. There we go. Next one. We're going to Texas for the next one. We're going to Texas. We haven't been in Texas for a while, so here we are. When we're looking at a traffic accident. So let's take it a little seriously, please. Okay, here we go. This is news from thehill.com from last week. It's a news story from last week. A reckless driver, conductor temerario, reckless.
Wow, qué nivelazo.
I didn't deserve it. I word referenced it before the show, but there you go. Hopefully my pronunciation was okay. A reckless driver crash turns out to be blank behind the wheel. So behind the wheel, we mean driving, right? So, reckless driver, conductor temerario, a reckless driver crash turns out to be blank behind the wheel. Is it A, no one? Is it B, Charlie Sheen? Or is it C, a dog? Oh, it's a good one, Natch. It's a good one. This is my Friday Fool Natch. Is it, right, reckless driver crash turns out to be blank behind the wheel. Is it A, no one, B, Charlie Sheen, C, a dog? People in the chat are voting. There is no clear winner yet, but keep those votes coming. Natch, what do you think?
A dog.
A dog?
Yeah.
All right, more than Charlie Sheen or no one. Has to be a dog, doesn't it? Has to be. All right. The chat is voting. So a dog is option C. Rafelka agrees with you. Pedro's going for option A, no one. No one thinks he was Charlie Sheen. Dude, the guy has tiger blood. Are you crazy? All right, let's get a drum roll, sir. A reckless driver turns out to be a dog behind the wheel. Well done, Natch. Yeah, in chat, everyone agreed with you. Natch, I didn't fool you at all today. I'm going to take that as a failure. I'm going to take that as a failure on my part. I failed. Okay, Texas. This is Kilgore, Texas. Police in Texas said they apprehended a reckless driver that turned out to be a dog after two vehicles were hit in a Walmart parking lot. Oh my God. The owner of one of the vehicles said he saw the suspect barreling down upon him, which means driving towards him really quickly. But he was unable to avoid the crash. He was shocked to see a dog in the driver's seat. The Kilgore Police Department confirmed the dog was behind the wheel at the time of the crash. So the dog is actually driving, like foot on the accelerator, thinking, this is it. This is my moment. Yeah, my dad's going to say I'm a good boy. Let's see what people were saying in the chat. The pronunciation of temerario is very Europe. Okay, thank you, Bridge. I'll take that as a compliment, even though it's probably not. Did they let him keep some of them in jail, the electric toothbrushes? I doubt it. Charlie Sheen won't be news, says Pedro. So well done to you guys. I salute you, Pedro, for being the only person to say A. No one, everybody else said C. All right, friends, coming towards the end of the show, that's it for the ProBoh Show this week. I know there's only been 3 episodes. Next week, we'll be back to normal with a full schedule, friends. There is an infinite number of things you could have been doing today. And instead of doing those things, guys, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me, and it means the absolute world. I'll be back on Monday. Friends, see you next time.